be all condensed down to 1 minute.
Hi, tell me your names and what organization you're with.
I'm Peggy Hoover from Special Olympics Indiana, Tippecanoe County, and I'm treasurer within the group, amongst other things.
I'm Jennifer Chalmers. I'm the county coordinator, and Peggy also does a lot with our athlete leadership program. So,
Excellent. Will you provide us a snapshot of your organization and how your roles within it?
the mission of Special Olympics is to provide year-round sports opportunities for athletes or individuals with intellectual disabilities. So we provide different kind of sports depending on the season. So from winter sports to corn toss to track and field. We're getting ready for swimming and some spring sports right now, and hoping to get back outside again now that COVID's sort of coming down a little bit.
And the weather's nice.
Yes.
Definitely. When working to attract volunteers, what attributes are you seeking the most?
Go back and
We're
forth.
looking for volunteers who are caring and willing to work with our athletes, our special athletes, and mentor athlete leaders for short-term or long-term projects. Volunteers who can show by example good sportsmanship and hard working during a practice or during the mentoring and taking classes for that leadership. We're looking for volunteers who want to get involved and build relationships with our athletes through sports activities or mentoring these athletes to become leaders.
What is the biggest need or gap you have for volunteers to serve during the pandemic?
We've had to switch everything. We've been, we're always an in-person kind of an organization. So we do things with athletes, meet them, take them places, do sports competitions. And with the pandemic, obviously we couldn't do anything. We've been shut down for over a year with our normal activities. So we started doing things with online, our athletes with Zoom and doing fitness workouts and things like that. So as we were able to start fitness walking back up, that's something we've kind of kept through the winter time, which was really amazing that our athletes actually would go out in the winter and walk with us. So that was great, but anytime we provided something outside, we also then provided something for those that didn't feel comfortable being outside again at this time. So we did Zoom workouts, and during the pandemic, we've lost getting volunteers back into working with us, whether it's online or whether it's in person. That's been a big struggle for us, is to have volunteers around for those opportunities, because we had athlete leadership opportunities for athletes, and having volunteers that can be a mentor for them, even if it's a virtual mentorship, is something that we've been working on and encouraging, trying to get more volunteers for.
How is your organization allowing your volunteers to serve while keeping them safe during the pandemic?
The state office, when we had to shut down, we, as they started thinking about what we could do, they started coming up with sports-specific protocols, and actually a protocol for all of the state of Indiana for Special Olympics. So with that, the state has the mandates of what we have to do with masks, appropriate PPE. We do check-in, if it's in person, then we have a check-in table and social distancing and things like that. And then within our county, we also have our sports-specific protocols that we follow, because our county might have different things going on than maybe another county in Indiana. So we have to look at what's going on in our area and then provide what's needed to keep our athletes safe, but also our volunteers. So the athletes have been very good about bringing their own face masks, things like that. But we've also been providing it if they don't have it. We sanitize everything, and then we have like a check-in table where everybody's names are written down, just in case something would happen and we'd have to go back and contact trace. And so.
What are the ways could a volunteer serve your organization without being physically present?
Well, again, through our Zoom workouts, we're contacting athletes to do check-ins and just chat for a few minutes for those who cannot make our in-person workouts, like through check-ins. Volunteers can be a unified partner with an athlete for virtual fitness competitions. They can also be a partner for virtual gaming competitions. This one I'm not totally familiar with, but Special Olympics Indiana hosted a Fortnite tournament,
Wow.
pairing athletes with a unified partner, and more competitions like this are planned throughout the year. A couple of our athletes recently just won an Xbox through
one of our virtual fitness things.
and volunteers can also assist with sending cards to athletes perhaps, or helping with online registrations, just things such as that.
And we had, throughout the whole pandemic, the state office, we do an athlete leadership program, and that's one of the things that Peggy's involved with heavily with that. But they've done athlete seminars all throughout this, like every Saturday, I call them Saturday seminars. And so the athletes, and then we've gotten some of our volunteers to come on with that too, to help athletes. They've provided some athlete leadership training, so we've had a few mentors that have come alongside with a few of our athletes during that time as well. So that's been a blessing for our athletes, because they keep saying, when's this going to end? When can it be normal? And we're like, we're working on it. And so volunteers are key.
What is the best way for someone to contact your organization to volunteer or offer other forms of help?
We have a Special Olympics website, and so
It's soindianatippecanoe.wordpress.com. Is that right? No, yeah, I believe.
thing right here. Yeah, as we're like, okay, edit this out, I hope. soindianatippecanoe.wordpress.com. But then we also have email, so sointippe @gmail.com, and then
Our phone numbers, of course.
so I don't know if you want to say that out loud or.
I think we have them we think we have that. So,
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
But thank you all so much for coming out. Appreciate it. I just love that board and all the faces.
We have some new
What you can
pictures
see,
for some of our COVID stuff, and because when we get out in person, we have so many athletes, and that's one of the struggles that they've had, is being able to connect with others, and some of our athletes aren't as they're just physically not able to do everything, so some of the virtual challenges have been hard for them. So with sending cards, and that's something that our athlete leaders started. They said, could we send cards to our friends, could we check in with phone calls? And we're like, yes. And so the more people that do that, they're so looking forward to coming back. So they were happy that the Tippecanoe numbers are coming down.
Excellent. Yeah, I think we in a couple of weeks.